Today, we embark on a journey to the heart of achievement. Our guide is a simple yet powerful ally, self-discipline. Our message is clear. Self-discipline is all you need. In the garden of life, self-discipline is the water that nourishes our dreams, turning seeds into bountiful harvests. It's the steady hand that carves out paths to success, the inner compass that keeps us true to our course. As we set sail on this voyage, let's embrace the simplicity of this truth. It's not about having all the answers or the right connections. It's about the small daily decisions that shape our destiny. In every moment, through countless decisions, we strive to elevate our being, to master new skills. Yet, if knowledge is the cornerstone of empowerment, the precursor to triumph, why then do we often miss the mark, settling for mere existence instead of a life rich with meaning? The crux of this conundrum lies in one critical element: discipline. Unwavering, steadfast discipline. The breadth of your intellect, the depth of your knowledge, are inconsequential if they remain dormant. It's of little consequence to be a perennial attendee of workshops if the insights gained there are not put into practice. We must harness our learning, scrutinize the outcomes, and polish our methods. In doing so, our knowledge will surely culminate in significant outcomes. Before long, we'll find ourselves caught in an upward spiral, an ascension to success. Yet to set this mechanism in motion, we must first become adepts in the art of discipline. It is through relentless discipline that we can hone the craft of goal setting, the finesse of leadership. It demands a persistent endeavor to judiciously steward our precious time, lest we find ourselves in perpetual disarray. Discipline is our weapon to silence the internal critics, the specters of failure and destitution. It is discipline that empowers us to persist when the inner skeptic muses on the potential of defeat. The voice of ego reaches out to each of us, at times suggesting we inflate our worth beyond our actual achievements. It requires discipline to maintain absolute integrity, both within ourselves and in our dealings with others. Any distortion of truth, once unveiled, erodes our trustworthiness. We become branded as embellishers, our words forever taken with a grain of doubt. Discipline is the silent architect of our daily habits, shaping them with each subtle, repeated action. It is the steadfast guardian of our intentions, ensuring that plans are not only crafted but also brought to fruition. Discipline demands we adapt, whether it's our strategies or their execution, especially when faced with less than stellar outcomes. It invites us to consider the wisdom of others, even when our own ego whispers that we hold all the answers. Discipline is the recognition of the perpetual call to action and the deliberate choice to respond. Yet, there exists a shadow to discipline: procrastination. It is the chasm between realization and action, where good intentions languish. The inner voice urges completion, but discipline commands immediate action, while procrastination murmurs of tomorrow. In every moment, we stand at a crossroads. Act now or delay. The path of discipline yields a harvest of success and satisfaction, whereas procrastination offers fleeting comfort, paltry when weighed against the vast bounty of steadfast self-discipline. Often, we succumb to the allure of immediate gratification, forsaking the grander fortune of the future. So, how do we cast aside trivial diversions? How do we cultivate a mindset of urgency, a resolve to act without delay? How do we maintain our gaze upon our goals? It is through the daily cultivation of self-discipline that we can fend off distractions, whether they come from external naysayers or the internal sea of doubt. Never underestimate the profound impact of influence and the company we keep. Now let us delve deeper. Considered as the path less trodden, a route that's far from being the path of least resistance. The majority would opt for the comfort of late mornings over the brisk awakening at dawn. The act of trying is a mere shadow of the act of doing. It's simpler to succumb to the lull of the television than to challenge oneself with the pages of a book. Imagine a world devoid of these endeavors. It would be a stagnant place indeed. Our societal construct rewards ease with little gain, while a disciplined life is a perpetual struggle, yet one that promises rich rewards. The choice is ours, the cost of discipline or the toll of regret. Discipline's first lesson is its inherent challenge. Its second, its omnipresence. The diligence required to tidy your bed each morning mirrors the discipline needed to thrive in the corporate sphere. If we allow discipline to lapse in one aspect of our lives, indolence will soon infiltrate and erode our structured habits. Consistency and discipline cannot coexist with inconsistency. We caution our children against the mind-numbing effects of television, yet often fall prey to its allure ourselves. This hypocrisy undermines our credibility. Worse still are those who have never recognized the necessity or worth of discipline. They drift through life, leaving a wake of fractured relationships, incomplete endeavors, and unmet commitments. The third tenet of unwavering self-discipline is this: with every disciplined action comes a manifold of rewards. It echoes the ancient wisdom that for every earnest effort, there is a generous return. The principle of sowing and reaping is as timeless as it is profound. It teaches us that not only will we harvest the fruits of our actions, but that the yield will be exponentially greater than the seeds planted. This universal truth extends to the realm of discipline. For every act of dedication, the rewards are manifold. Imagine the bounty when you offer a service that's unparalleled, or when your generosity exceeds expectations. Your returns will be abundant. Every treasure worth possessing demands our care, our focus, and above all, our discipline. Our thoughts, too, require this same discipline. Without it, they become muddled, leading to outcomes that are equally disordered. You may stand on the precipice of surrender, but consider this. Perhaps the sole component missing from your saga of success is a newfound, self-directed discipline. The most precious discipline is that which we decree upon ourselves. Our lives will ultimately be a testament or a cautionary tale, the result of either employing our talents or succumbing to neglect. Contemplate this. If your life were to cease this instant, what potential would perish with you? What brilliance, stifled by fear or delay, might the world never witness? I, for one, reject the notion of an unlived life. I often ponder, would I not regret never fully committing to a cause, a dream, a pursuit? There are those who have never fully invested themselves in anything, not in education, not in their careers, not in their relationships. They've always held back, never fully realizing their potential. And it is this half-hearted approach that will render their end not just a loss, but a tragedy of what might have been. The tragedy of life is not death, but what we let die inside of us while we live. You've never truly committed, never fully immersed yourself in study, never invested your heart and soul in anything or anyone. You seek to reap rewards you're unwilling to sow, to experience a union you've never truly entered. You've donned the attire, accepted the accolades, participated in the ceremonies. But have you ever dared to see what you could become if you invested your entire being into your aspirations? Reciprocity is the lifeblood of growth and achievement. Without it, no bond can reach its zenith. No endeavor can flourish. As time marches on, you find yourself running out of time, excuses, and scapegoats. Have you ever pondered what might have been if you had fully committed to your education, your relationships, your dreams? Your existence has been a masquerade, a life half-lived, a series of facades. And now, as you grow older, you face the haunting possibility that you may never witness the full extent of your potential, simply because the price of commitment is one you've been reluctant to pay. You seek to inspire love for a self you've yet to fully discover. You approach the altar, make vows, and pledge your devotion. But without true commitment, these are but hollow words. You've lived a life of halves, half-hearted studies, half-hearted work, half-hearted efforts, and then you stand bewildered, wondering why you haven't progressed further. The stark reality is that the cost of seeing who you could truly be is a price paid in full commitment, a currency you've yet to spend. In the greater of life, there will always be those who cannot envision your vision, who cannot dream your dream. But heed this. Do not let them steer you off course. Do not succumb to the voices that seek to divert your path. This truth rings as clear as the soul-stirring lyrics of Bob Mays' anthem from Chicago. Don't let nobody turn you around. It's a poignant reminder that the graveyard of dreams is often watered by the seeds of doubt planted by others. Consider the youth, brimming with potential, yet so easily derailed by the jeers of peers, shrinking their vast horizons to fit the narrow view of the crowd. This is the plight of many who abandon their heart's desires. Take, for instance, a friend who harbored the dream of acting, only to be dissuaded by the specter of Hollywood's cutthroat nature. In contrast, Sheila Hall, at the age of 42, dared to embrace her dream. With no prior experience, she ventured into the unknown, and now she's crafting her own narrative with a one-woman show, buoyed by support from all quarters. Her commitment shines as a beacon to all. Then there's the man of immense talent and skill, yet lacking the courage to chase his dream, resigning himself to a job that drains his spirit. It's the boldness to declare, "I will live my dream," to commit to the essence within that separates the fulfilled from the unfulfilled. Dr. Johnny Youngblood's words echo this sentiment. I must live what's in me. It's a clarion call to pursue that which compels you, even in the face of uncertainty. Find that one thing in your life that, despite the risks, you feel compelled to do. It's not just an option, it's a necessity. As we draw the curtain on this discourse, let us anchor our hearts to the essence of commitment. It is the sanctuary of my peace, the core of my being, and though it may elude understanding, it stands non-negotiable. For without a steadfast commitment, the journey is futile. You must weather the tempests, navigate through the heartaches, and rise above the disappointments. It is the collective we, the unified us, that must prevail over the solitary me and the isolated you. Commitment is the bedrock upon which success is built. It is not mercurial like emotions that ebb and flow. You may yearn for the comfort of fairy tales, the sweet nothings that lull you into complacency. But the stark reality is that commitment is the crucible within which the steel of your resolve is forged. So, as we part ways, carry with you this torch of unwavering commitment. Let it light your path and guide you through the uncharted territories of your dreams. Remember, it is not merely a sentiment. It is the very soul of perseverance. Embrace it, and you shall transform every obstacle into a stepping stone towards the pinnacle of your aspirations. And may your journey be as resolute as the commitment that fuels it.
Need a little pick-me-up today? Welcome to the new Fresh Motivation app, where you'll find daily motivation, daily quotes. Listen to your favorite speeches in the background or with a black screen, so nothing interrupts your motivational moment, where you can create your personal profile, create playlists of your favorite speeches and quotes, add personal notes, and start setting goals. Fresh Motivation, the home of motivation. Get it now for free on Google Play.